My encouragement to all of my readers and all of my podcast listeners is thus: share your voice. It's worthwhile. I received an email from a marketer who was shilling his services to help podcasts like mine grow. He did no research on me beyond his templated email and let me know that he can help me grow to become one of the most listened to podcasts on the planet. Blah. Usually I just delete these emails on sight, but I decided to respond with a solid humble brag/dig. Quote, I'm already a top 1% podcast on the planet, and it doesn't matter. Thanks for doing your research, though. P.S. I don't remember when I crossed the threshold for being a top podcast. It never really mattered. I simply post all of my long form, anything that I talk about like this, onto a podcast distribution app, and all of my work flies all over the interwebs. I don't actively monetize many of them, as the work to do it is so painful and the payback is in pennies that sometimes adds up into dollars. Really, it's just my discipline to upload over many, many years. My last month was at 43,000 downloads. Not bad. Apparently, that makes me the top 1%. I even talked with AI about it, as you can probably imagine. I was struck with a stark realization that these numbers literally mean nothing at all. There is no monetization of my podcast. There's no community around it. There's no feedback mechanisms. There's no understanding of user or listener base. There's no worthy demographics that are available to me, and it isn't a funnel for deal generation. It also isn't a funnel for networking or relationship building, and there's no idea around discovery and how I am actually discovered by all these listeners, and more. Podcasting for me has just become another data dump like YouTube, a public place, unashamed, to just share all of my long-form content. I felt like YouTube is just a place for video repository for a long time, and frankly, I'm beginning to think that podcasting, at least the voice version of what I create, is exactly this as well. At the meta level, maybe I think I'm just trying to fight my humanity, fight my humanness. Maybe even fight my mortality. This is one of the many ways to satiate the desire to live on and live beyond my death, or ensure some semblance of the infinite, or sustain relevancy. Or maybe it's just my biology seeking to continue its existence. I feel like it's important somehow, for some reason, if anything. I hope it's been useful, at least I hope it has, in terms of the people who listen to my podcasts, and it's been helpful for those listeners. I'll never know who they are, and maybe it's just better that way. Is it going to be just an audio repository or a free gift to an unknown audience? Well, maybe that's it. Everyone wins when people are willing to share. My encouragement to all of my readers and all of my podcast listeners is thus: share your voice. It's worthwhile. All the best.